Hey, this is Matt from tpstool.com. I'm going to see if I can save someone's day today. This is the throttle body from a Polaris Sportsman. Fits a bunch of the Sportsmans, also a bunch of the Rangers. So if you want to adjust the throttle position sensor on this, you're going to loosen these two screws and rotate the sensor to make your adjustment. On the other side, this is where people get in trouble sometimes. There's an adjustment screw and a jam nut, and the manual says very clearly, do not mess with that. If you do, you have to get a new throttle body, which sounds a little unusual to me, but that's what they say. So what I'm going to do, they don't publish the value to set the TPS to when the throttle plate is fully closed, and that's what we're going to find out today, is what is the right value. So all that happens is this is the throttle cam that opens the throttle, and that screw just holds it open a little bit. So let's see what it's set to, and maybe this will save you. You can set, if you've messed with that, maybe you can set yours to this value and it'll get you going. We're going to use the Pro Powered meter from tpstool.com. We're going to use the number 4, Model 4 adapter. We've got, green in ground, red in feedback, and black in 5 volts. Plug this guy in, turn on. Now, spec for this is 0.70. We're pretty bang on here, 701. That's really good. So 0.7 at idle is perfect. Now let's see where this is set to with the throttle plate fully closed. Grab my 10 millimeter. Let's loosen this jam nut. I'm just going to back it out until those numbers stop changing. So this is tough to do through the camera, but let me see. And that's it. They're not changing anymore. You can see I've got a gap here in between the set screw and the throttle cam. As I change this, you can see the numbers changing. And there we are. We're set to 0.679. So if you've messed yours up, first loosen this till there's a gap. Then connect it, loosen these screws, and adjust your sensor until it reads about 0.679, 0.678, somewhere in there. Then, after that's done, come back over here and adjust this set screw until the TPS reads about 0.70, which is perfectly set. And there we go. And then you're going to tighten up this jam nut. Now, the setting's probably going to move a little bit as you tighten the jam nut. So you're going to have your screwdriver there, do a little fiddling so you get it just right. There we go. And we're going to tighten this up. Loosen a little bit, 0.70. It's a little high, 704. You're allowed to be up to 0.75. So we're actually really pretty good still. I think the spec is 0.65 to 0.75. I'm going to loosen this just a little bit more before I tighten the jam nut. There we go. Now we're snugged up. There you go. So hopefully this will now run properly. And if you've messed yours up, I'll just repeat the steps for you. You're going to loosen this jam nut all the way. If you've already adjusted it. If you haven't messed with this, don't mess with it. But if you did, loosen this all the way until you have a gap here. Adjust your TPS until you're reading about 0.68. Then come back to your jam nut, turn it up until you're at 0.70, and that should be good. Slap that back on the motor and see if that gets you going again. I hope this saves someone's day, because having to buy a new one of these just for messing with that screw sounds a little crazy to me. I'm not sure what Polaris does, why they think that that's the only way you can set it is to buy another one, but hopefully it saves you. If it does, please click like and leave a comment down below, and have a good day.